Okay, hi. For what we'll be doing today, you'll not need the setup of the other tutorials, so just make a new world and you'll appear here. Remember, there's the open inventory, this little thing at the right. So open it, and we're going to be talking about manufacturing blocks, so we'll just need a speedy craft to get around. So get a GSO2 block, and then go to wheel blocks and go to venture. Venture makes speedy wheel blocks. And then we can take one of these, like the dune wheels. I know it looks a little silly, but like, this is how we're going to be getting around. Okay. You know to put this backward, but I think that's okay because like that's what I was trying to do. So now that we speed craft that we can actually get around fast, we're going to be talking about manufacturing blocks. On the dune wheels, the controls are inverted when you start moving. So A moves that way and D moves this way when you're driving. Anyway, so let's just drive out. Okay, when you've gotten to a place with plenty of resources, open your inventory and go to manufacturing blocks. And switch back to GSO. Okay, so now take a refinery. I shortly talked about that in my second video, and I said we'd come back to it, and we did. So put that right there, and then go to Better Future, then go to Accessory Blocks, and do Better Future Swipe Collector. Here, 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 like that. And then go to weapons and take the Better Future laser rifle. Good. Now we have, and put them on the back. Now I have a harvester. And as you can see, yeah. Okay, so that actually won't have inverted controls won't happen if you put the dune wheels in the correct position. So we're just gonna do that quickly, and good. So now we won't have inverted controls. We'll put these here, and then we'll put this here. And harvest a couple of resources. You notice that the Better Future Swipe Collector can harvest even more resources, a maximum of 6. Okay, here you also have some inverted y-axes, but that's okay because yay, our A and D are fixed. Now, if you don't want this to happen to you and you're just frustrated with it, you can go to Control Scheme, y'all turning rebind keys, and switch these. W, F. Good. There we go. Okay, now we will go to manufacturing blocks again and go to GSO and put a GSO conveyor. And if you see it going like this, make it go the opposite direction by right-clicking and holding. And it will make it go the opposite direction. Okay, now take a GSO resource receiver. It will receive resources. And I'll show you what the manufacturer does. So if we just put Marstoka Anchor Delivery Cannon, you can see it goes in, and look, it turns it into this, and this makes more money. See, not $9. And with things like iridite, it makes a lot of money. So that one didn't get refined. So yeah, these machines can get clogged up like that. But if you put a lot, then that won't happen. Okay. So you see, when you put the iridite through the refinery, it made $233. So we can just put the rest of our resources in, and that'll increase our money. As you can see right there. Okay, now grab this and pull it off. Now, if you don't like these things just being all over here, you can use an anchored SGK device, which will create what looks like a black hole, and will suck these items up, any loose items, and we'll put them in your inventory. Because in creative you have an infinite things in your inventory will remain the same, but if you just want to clean things up, that's a good way. Okay, so now just put some more conveyors. So we'll talk about some more things. Again, there's another manufacturing block. This one's called the GSO fabricator. And if you go inside, you can see it says select a block to craft. And you see GSO1 block cost 1 fiber wood chunk and 1 plumbite ore. So if we just go find some. There's plumbite. Plumbite is a rock that has a shining belt on it. So if we just mine it up, you can see it drops this gray metal-like substance. And now we need some fiber wood. Okay, that turned into plumbite chunks, but we don't want that. But that's okay because we have some more plumbite. There we go. And since we already have plumbite ingots, let's just make a GSO2 block because it needs plumbite ingots, which are the refined version. So let's craft. And let's set it to repeat. Now, once it gets its fiber wood and its plumbite ingots, it will start doing that, and it will pop out the block. So we can attach this to our side, and we can get rid of those. We can put another dune wheel. So if we just grab the left dune wheel and the right dune wheel, yay, now I have a bigger car. But now you can see it doesn't have enough to make it, so we'll have to get more fiber wood. So if we get here and get some fiber wood, good. We got some fiber wood. It will turn it into this. And this is a fibron chunk. And if we, and you see the system can get clogged like this. So if that happens, you can either add more refineries or you can try to do this, which can be tricky. Since your swipe collectors will easily pull it right back. So if you want to be more successful, you can go closer. Now this means that it will definitely be picked up, but it's easier to put it in. So there we go. So now I'll make another GSO2 block. And now I can make our car even bigger. Okay, this is starting to get a little ridiculous. So let's end it right here. Let's end it right here. Yeah, that's long enough. Now, not know, but I think these will shoot over. Yes, they do. They shoot over the web collector, so you can make a new craft that looks like this. Okay, so since you've had that set up, you usually see this like black block thing, and you're like, "What's this?" It's actually a refined rubber, and we'll make a rubber brick. So if we go in and we select something that needs a rubber brick, you can see here it needs 3 rubber bricks and 3 plumbia ingots. So you can see, there we go, and we can just go back to our plumbite theme. Good, now I have a lot more plumbite. Good, so now it will get refined into plumbia ingot. There we go. So now I need some more rubber bricks. So we can just put a delivery cannon. So if we go to GSO and manufacturing blocks, we can do the Marisoka Anchor delivery cannon. So we won't attach a receiver to it because then it will suck up all of our blocks, and we don't need some of the blocks, but unneeded blocks can be put in here, like that. Okay, there we go. So now we can put our fiber wood chunks in the refinery. These wood chunks can also go in the delivery cannon. There we go. Now they'll go into the fabricator, and it will make a GSO riser wheel. Now we don't need this right now because, well, it's oddly shaped. So we can just let that get sucked into the black hole. Okay, so you'll see there are lots more things. Now some of these I wouldn't consider technically manufacturing blocks like these, but I mean, like, they're still manufacturing blocks. Okay, and the next one is the GSO component factory. So if we just take this and put it here, well, yeah. In my first tutorial, I mentioned that if things are red, you can't place them. And you can see here, because we're on a hillside and the hill goes up, it's red. So we have to place it here. Okay. Now, so now we know the place to put it. So now if you go in, you can see, oh my gosh, there's a lot of new things. The thing is, you're like, oh my gosh, there are so many new blocks. The thing is, these are components, not blocks. These are made, and then these can be used to craft blocks, but they're not blocks themselves. They still look pretty cool. And you can see, what? These are locked. The thing is, you have to go to your manufacturing block, and you have to do GSO Advanced Component Dongle. You have to put it on here, and then you have to go down, and then you have to put all the dongles on. There we go. And now if you go, you can see all these are unlocked. And when you get down, there's things like the gluon beam, the feed AI, and the Proxima Dark. Now, these are extremely cost expensive because, first of all, okay, start with the Proxima Dark. You can see it needs 0-point splitter and a thermojet. Well, that seems simple. Well, actually, here, if you go to thermojet, oh, that needs a cyclone jet and a light hard drive. So, and the 0-point splitter needs Celestian crystal and a light hard drive. Okay, a light hard drive needs 2 Celestian crystals and 1 Igine crystal. And then the cyclone jet needs a fuel injector and an elastic brick. And then the fuel injector needs 1 Cabras brick and an elastic brick. And it just makes and it's just really hard. So, yeah. And also, if you sell these, you get a ton of money. And also, you can quite easily confuse the gluon beam with the 0-point splitter. But the 0-point splitter is only a grade 2, and the gluon beam is a grade 4, and that is a big difference. So, yeah. And also, there are only 3 4-level components. So let's just try to craft a simple component, like bluebonic greebles. Craft. So now you can see it needs so you can see that cancel. Okay, so we can cancel that, and we need 1 Luxian crystal, which is from a Luxite shard, and 2 Plumbia ingots, which is from 1 Plumbite ore. So if we go and find Loctite, which are these things, that's plenty. So now I have to find some more Plumbite, and remember, Plumbite has a metal seam through it. We should be able to find some here. Perfect. There's some right there. Now, if you're tired of just getting these resources, you can use auto miners to mine them autoly. But we'll talk about that later because it's quite complex. So yeah, we definitely have enough resources now. In fact, we can make multiples. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. These bluebonic greebles are basically the building blocks of all other components. So these usually just need resources and not other components. The fiber plating, the acid electrode, the heat coil, the light hard drive, the sensory transmitter, the blast caps, and fuel injector, and the hardened titanic. Okay, so you can see it's overflowed, so we can grab these. Now the thing is you can't rotate your camera while focusing on here, because then you will go in, and that's not very handy. So as we saw, we can put these in, and now it will make a component for us. Bluebonic greebles. Now this is treated as a resource, so it will be sucked up by your thing and then sucked up by the receiver. And this will make more money than some other resources. Not as much as the Celestian, but the Proxima Dark makes like $3,000 if you sell it. But you still shouldn't sell it because, like, I mean, like, it's very hard to get. So if we just make another one. So now we covered the component factory. There are lots of different components and they look pretty cool. Now we're going to cover the auto miner. Now it might not work as you expect. If you just plop it down somewhere and you expect it to start mining everything, that's not how it works. You have to do a bit of mining too. So what you do is you go over to a resource that has a seam. So yeah, sometimes weird things happen like that, but we don't have to worry. Titanate is not one of those, so you have to get to a more special resource. Now these resources are quite hard to find, but I think one is uridite. Yes, so you can see there are little things under it, And if you take the auto miner and you put it there, if you put it directly on top of the seam, it will start mining. And every so often, it will pop out a uridite chunk. Now, this is awesome, but they're like, the thing is that the seam never runs out, and that's the part that makes it OP, and it's not even that costly to make. So if we just go back to our setup, if we can find it. So I can't find my setup, but that's okay, because now that we have this, we can just make a simple setup, which is just what we did before. Except this time we'll put more delivery kits, and we use the GSO large receiver. Let's see if we can catch the auto miner popping out a chunk. It will come out of this little chute. And you can see that a drill is being pushed into here, which is how the auto miner mines. Also, player techs are invincible to you, so you can't accidentally shoot your own thing. That's handy. Okay, see if we can catch this mining a block. Or while we're watching, we can find out some other things. So then there is a GSO scrapper. Now this is pretty handy. So if you just take a thing, it will get sucked up into this and will be scrapped. What scrapped means is it will be broken down into its components. So if you have a hard time finding resources, just scrap the infinite blocks you have to get as many resources as you could possibly need. So you can see that large armor plate needs a lot of plumbite. And also it needed some titanate crystals. And it needed 3 plutonic greebles. Let's see what's in some other things. So let's see what's in the auto miner. So if we can just hopefully... Oh, did you hear that? You can see it. That was a time where it dispensed one of the things. Now it's not that frequent, but it's infinite resources. So yeah. Don't care if it takes a bit of time, because if you make a machine that automatically harvests it, then it just it just harvests resources really fast, and then when you come back after an AFK session, you have a ton of money. Okay, let's see what's in here. Luxian crystal, plumbite, crystal, titanium crystal, and that's it. Okay, let's see what's in the exotic component dongle. Rats, I put it down. I didn't. Oh! Check this out. Now, if you try to get a survey, let's see what this is. There we go. Oh! That. Now, that is expensive. Let's see what it was. So let's go to component factories, put the complex one on, and complex dongle. Oh, nope, I think we need the advanced dongle. Oh. Okay, let's check what it was. Okay, it was one ion cells and a single plasma emitter. That's cool. Yeah, plasma emitter. So now if we can just take these off. Now I can sell all of these and make a ton of money. Yeah. So these blocks will make a bunch of resources. So there are blocks of every resource type. Okay, now let's see what's in an anchored SGK device. You can basically do this for any block. So this is our last one, and then this is the end of the video. So if we watch what happens, yep, it gets sucked in and it gets turned into Rhodey's block. Ooh, blast cap, light hard drive, and a 0-point splitter. Yeah, these are blast caps, I think. Yeah, these are blast caps. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we've basically covered everything here. There's some more components, but we've covered all these big machines. There are a lot of other things that we can do that are not big machines. I mean, there's a mobile delivery can, which is basically the same as this, except it's smaller. So I hope you liked it. I hope you liked this video, and